Shalom Chaverim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live here. Just kind of a quick take of our broadcast this evening. Bernie Sanders did make it to Rome, something that we were anticipating. We were actually hoping to be there to cover the story ourselves. I did get an email back from the Vatican that this particular meeting, as you can see in the photograph here, was closed to the public. And as well, we were concerned that he was going to cancel the trip. There was different news media coming out saying he was going. Some were saying he was not going. So we didn't end up taking that time to try to cover it in that case there. But anyway, he says, I'm told time and time again by the rich and powerful that the mainstream media that represent them that we should be practical, that we should accept the status quo. That truly moral economy is beyond our reach. This is something Sanders said at the meeting. Yet Pope Francis himself is surely the world's greatest demonstration against such a surrender to despair and cynicism. He has opened the eyes of the world once again to the claims of mercy, justice, and possibilities of a better world, he has stated in the meeting there. And I kind of find it interesting that he is really siding with the Pope, and because if you look at Bernie's stance thus far, even on Israel and everything else, he is very much in line with what the Pope of Rome actually is all about. He is more or less, people say he's a socialist. I would have to say it's more along the lines of fascism as well. The Pope of Rome is definitely not going to give up his billions there at the Vatican there to feed the poor, etc. So it's kind of an odd thing that they make this type of a statement. But anyway, he goes on. He also says, while the Democratic candidate, or what it says here in the article here on CNN, where it says here, Bernie Sanders urges a moral economy during the Vatican visit. It says here, while the Democratic candidate did not meet with Pope Francis, despite holding out hopes of doing so, he still expressed admiration for the Catholic leader, saying, I have long been a supporter of the economic vision of Pope Francis, and nothing his profound role in turning many people's minds around on climate change. Very, very interesting. And then, of course, in the debate there in New York just before leaving that he had with Hillary Clinton, that was kind of interesting as well. This was on Israel National News. They had brought this out that Sanders attacks Israel in presidential debate. And this is interesting. He did not get his facts correct on this, but let me just quote from their article. It says, just last week in an interview, he made the outrageous claim that Israel killed 10,000 innocent people in Gaza during the 2014 Operation Protective Edge. The actual total was just over 2,000, and roughly half of the dead were terrorists in a near unheard of combat to civilian ratio. Facing backlash, Sanders inexplicitly denied he made the claim. I heard it myself, so he did say it, so it is kind of interesting that he did that. I will say, though, that during the debate, of course, I don't like either candidate's personal views on the way that they're looking at this situation there in Israel, because they both are very much for two-state solution. I liken Bernie Sanders very much to a modern-day Jimmy Carter. He is, instead of being Baptist, though he's Jewish, he does have family that lives in Israel, and he admits that Israel has every right to defend itself. But he does seem to tip the balance of the scales there towards towards being a sympathizer for the Palestinian people. And I'm certainly not against the Palestinian people either. I realize that that they're human beings. They are souls as well. And I do think that in some cases, something different should happen, but definitely not a second state. That's the worst thing that Israel could do. The best thing that Israel could do is have one state, take back the land that was annexed by the Jordanians, and bring the Palestinians under the Israeli laws as well. Make it just one country. We don't need a second state to resolve this. And then Gaza would be open for people to live in the West Bank as well, both Jew and Gentiles alike. And this is the way it should be in the country there. Also, in further news, let me just point out as well, USA Today was bringing out this particular footage here. This is North Korea. North Korea did a failed launch attempt of a missile. We see Kim Jong-un there watching this attempt, trying to do a limited range ballistic missile. I really believe that what this country is doing, North Korea here, is on the verge of really causing a situation that's going to erupt where the United States is going to take action against this young man. I realize he's trying to follow in the footsteps of his father's legacy there, and maintaining the communistic control, but his rhetoric and his attacks against the United States, South Korea, and also the threats to the United States is only going to bring in a response by the United States in the very near future, and I don't think it's going to be a good one either. Also, we know the earthquakes that have been taking place there in southern Japan. Yet again, another 7.1 quake struck today. Definitely pray for the people of Japan there. I actually have family that lives in Japan. I have a brother that lives there as well. So do be in prayer for them there. They certainly need prayer there. It's a serious situation. Man, I have a lot of earthquakes on that part of the world. And I'm planning on possibly doing another look at this mysterious ninth planet that has appeared possibly this weekend, if not maybe midweek next week here, going into some more information on that, especially in light of wormwood. I have discovered some information recently how that the planet appeared from a black hole. And before I even knew this, I was sharing with my wife that this was weeks ago when we did the video on Planet X, that I was really concerned about the terminology, the wormwood from the Bible being Planet X, in relation to the possibility that this would actually come through a black hole or a wormhole, as they speak about in the universe, these things that are happening there. But there has been evidence, and maybe this is something not new, maybe things that have been known for a while. I didn't know it though, that the planet is believed to have actually came up through a black hole. This is one of the reasons why they say that Captain Nowak was actually railroaded by the United States government a little while back because of her knowledge of what was really going on in her 2006 space shuttle flight there. Anyway, we're going to look into that a little bit and see just what all is this about, and maybe try to get some more information together for you. I have to drop back and look at some of Gil Broussard's work on this as well. Anyway, Baruch Hashem, God bless you guys, and may you have a nice weekend here. Shalom.